Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Digital Talk Show. We hope today we can cover everything related to the information technology and digital transformation, artificial intelligence, cyber security, you just name it, whatever related to the information technology, we hopefully can cover it in this show. I would like to, of course, as usual, welcome my dear colleagues here in the studio. Yasmin, how are you, Yasmin?
I'm very good. Good evening, Dr. Anwar, and good evening to our audience. How are you today?
We are fine. And what have you got for us?
We're going to be talking about the usual artificial intelligence and some other exciting stuff regarding the internet.
Digital transformation also.
Yeah.
And I would like also to introduce and welcome, of course, our colleague here in the studio, Tariq. How are you, Tariq?
Hi, good evening, Dr. Anwar, and good evening to the viewers.
What have you got for us?
Something on quantum computing and hopefully...
Quantum computing?
Yes, I know you're a very avid quantum computing person. So, and hopefully if you have time, a bit about spatial computing as well and the different realities that form spatial computing.
Well, this is very heavy subjects we are going to talk about today. So please stay tuned after the break. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Digital Talk Show. That is the news and the views segment of the show. Let us see what we have here in the monitor. The best smart home tech at CES 2024. CES always delivers. This is a conference, of course, very big. The consumer electronic services they have and products they have in this yearly conference. So they are putting the best out of it in this conference. So CES always delivers hundreds, if not thousands, of announcements and products launches from different companies. But we cut through the noise to highlight the best in smart home technology at CES 2024. They are having a few things, quite honestly, and this is a very good article, and it is showing what are the digital and the smart homes need and require. And of course, we don't want to go in details because this will take a lot of time. So I would like to make a few things. And here they are using some sort of robots on one thing. And also they are using smart boards for controlling the house in and out, of course. Well, with different, you have the outside cameras, these IP-based cameras controlling or watching and monitoring what is outside the house. And also some people are now sensitive about having some cameras inside their houses, perhaps in the corridors, no problem. And of course, there are a few things to control in this smart homes. I would like to ask my colleagues here in the studio, Yasmin, tell us, what do you think of these things and what do you think in your smart home? What do you like to see in your smart home in the future?
I want to have a smart home.
To start with, we want to have a smart home.
I actually have something I will show later that was introduced in CES 2024, but I'll leave it to later.
Yes, and what you would like to have in your smart home in the future, Tara?
Well, actually, I already have some smart bulbs. I've been using them for the last, I think, 4 to 5 years, and they set the ambience after a long, hard day. Come in, and my cat's staring at me, and it's a nice, soft mood. But also, I've heard, a lot about, refrigerated items in the UK. There was a use case of smart refrigerator, where you'd run out of an item, let's say eggs, for example. You would leave a code at the back door for the supermarket delivery agent to get in the door, and just seamlessly deliver the eggs into your fridge, and then leave and then lock the door. So that was a use case back, I think, 3-4 years ago now. So it's happening in parts of the world.
So you would have smart fridges, smart ovens, smart cooling system, smart doors, and smart everything related to the smart and the cooling system, heating system, oven. I don't know, what was left?
There is smart toasters already.
Toasters?
Where you can gauge, there's a little screen where you can gauge the doneness of your toast.
Yes, I would like to have the toaster crispy a little bit.
Well, there we go. Did you get one there?
And the microwave, perhaps also?
Yeah, the smart washing machines as well. So with that concept of refilling the inventory, the stock, when you run out of washing powder, again, the supermarket agent comes through the door with a code, with a smart PIN entry, and delivers more washing powder than leaves. it's happening.
Well, that's very interesting. Let us go to another part of the world that is a top threat to the Americans' health. Is not a virus. It is disinformation. Believe it or not. Well, this is very important and very true, because many people sometimes do have these things, and then when they have these things, they do, of course, circular this disinformation, and this is really very important and very dangerous thing. What we are having here also, we are saying that over the past 120 years, we have developed countermeasures to reduce or nearly eliminate many diseases that affected humanity. And now, on the 4th anniversary of the COVID-19 pandemic, medical disinformation threatens to undo this progress. And what do you think, Yasmin, about this disinformation, of spreading this misinformation about, well, is it really that a threat to the United States?
I actually couldn't read the actual...
It says here, top threat to the Americans' health is not a virus, it is disinformation about related to the health of people. And this, it says, I just read the part of it, one paragraph, that it is on the anniversary of the 4th anniversary of COVID-19 pandemic. Medical disinformation threatens to undo this progress.
I believe one of the threats that we have is disinformation at large. And the power of social media it mentions.
Yes.
Definitely these are threats that we are facing. Do you have anything?
Do you want to say something, Tariq, about this?
No, I just think, I think, sorry, I thought we were talking about viruses to your question, but on misinformation, you know, it plays into this whole role of, you know, ChatGPT and feeding in, you know, data in, data out, right?
Yes.
And engaging what these ChatGPT models are spitting out for the consumer.
I think this is a very interesting thing. Let us move to another one. Exclusive lawmakers demand Elon Musk to provide the SpaceX internet to U.S. military. I don't want to go to the military side of it, but what is the SpaceX? I think this is internet going to be covering the whole world nowadays, and I think this is going to be really, I don't know. There is a project, big project. Elon Musk has said that he is going to have this covering the whole world with this internet, because Elon Musk, SpaceX could possibly be in the breach of its, of course, they are saying that he has an obligation to the government. But I think the SpaceX is really a big project from Elon Musk, and it is covering the whole world with this internet. And it has been, I think it needs some satellites, some technologies. Is this going to be for free, you think, Yasmin? You are not a business...
I wish I can answer this question. We have to get Elon Musk on the phone and ask him.
Okay, then we'll go to another thing. Software to hardware, how to shift the building or to building new things. I think this is going to be here very interesting for us. And I think this is going to be the news. Software to hardware, how to shift to building a physical technology. I think this is the picture here, the arm of a digital arm here of a robot. And it says that when you have an idea, it is not always easy to go from easy thing to program and to go for a few things in there. So this is going to be very important for us to understand how to do this. It says that even when you start, generally the good idea is moving from software development to designing and building physical tech products isn't a simple shift. It only requires your team to learn new production skills and processes, but also new strategies for launching and marketing, selling, and more to this. What do you think of this, Tariq?
Yeah, so I mean, this leans into the automation discussion which I've had in previous shows. You've got the articulated arm there. Obviously, the way technology is moving, with different realities such as extended reality, we're seeing more digital in a more virtualized platform. But it's not to really forget the brick and mortar physical applications like automation, robotics, and so on. So definitely, I think there's still use cases for the physical world of tech, although we like to just think of the virtual world a lot of the time.
We had today, and we are going to have some of these young boy who is going to speak about programming and artificial intelligence. I think it is also important for us to know some sort of programming languages for this youngsters and this generation, so that they can themselves develop the software, the application required for their life. What do you think, Yasmin, of this?
I believe it's as you said, it's becoming it's becoming very easy accessible to young generations and many people because of the availability of these tools like ChatGPT and others. That's enabling and making the information accessible to many of the people. But referring to the news that you have shared, I believe it's like every single thing that we have. When we have an idea and to make it into production, it takes a lot to learn, like a strategy to launch and to market it. So definitely it's not just about the idea and making the software or hardware. It's about learning a lot, many things, so we can make it happen and make it to life.
I think this is very important also for everybody. I'm visiting this MIT technology review. This is one of the famous research news, IT news, and it is saying here, for example, I'm going to show you this MIT technology review. It is showing a lot of things. VR headsets can be hacked with an Inception style attack. Yeah, well, I would like, because this is really, you can see the picture here. It is really saying that, of course, researchers managed to crack, you see, there is a VR system allowing them to steal sensitive information and manipulate social interactions. Well, that is dangerous, isn't it, Tariq?
Yes, as I mentioned earlier very briefly about the virtual world, social engineering is definitely a concept here I'd like to bring to mind, which is basically the hackers using the human touch point of the technology to hack and gain access. And obviously social engineering is what's happening here, where hackers are actually able to now hack the virtual world, not just the physical digital world on laptops, on computers, on mobile.
So this is dangerous, because if they can hack the virtual reality headsets and the glasses, the Google Glass, for example, or whatever glass you call it, I think this is going to be a serious issue, isn't it? That they can see what we are seeing, perhaps even know what we are thinking of. Tell me if you have something.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I say social engineering, this is the human touch point. It's not the system itself. It's the human allowing the hacker in to that technology. So with more awareness, more education programs on these new technologies, users will be more aware on how to not let these hackers in through the back doors and breach the systems.
How Wi-Fi sensing became usable tech? Can you see the picture? I like this picture. There it says that how Wi-Fi sensing became a usable technology. Of course, after a decade of obscurity, the technology is being used to track people's movements. Well, that is a little bit of a threat, isn't it? If you are somebody,
a lot of scary.
Would you like somebody to track you? Yes.
No, absolutely not. But a lot of hacking, manipulating social interactions, and tracking people movement. So that's the dark side of
the technology. Yes, that's it, I think. Anyway, thank you very much, Tariq and Yasmin. And let us move now to another part of the show. Please stay tuned after the break. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Digital Talk Show. Today we are having a special guest here in the studio. I would not delay this special event, because this young boy with us in the studio with his mother is going to be a bit of surprise. I would like to welcome with you all the presence of Mr. Hashim. Tell me, what is your full name?
My name is Hashim Yaqub Al-Rifai.
And what is your interest?
My interest about coding. At first, I saw my brother and sister make a machine that can clean the floor. Like everyone in Kuwait, they can see somewhere a grocery store, they have something that can clean the floor.
Very
So I saw them, they use sponge at the bottom. So anytime if they want to use like soap or water, they can put in the sponge water or soap. And then if they want to clean it, they can squish the sponge and all of the water will go.
So what did you use in this when you squash when you put the water out and you get the soap out of this? What technology you used in this?
We're using programming,
Yes,
technology, and artificial intelligence.
very nice. For this tool?
Yes,
For the cleaning tool, is it?
yes,
For sweeping the floor.
yes,
With artificial intelligence?
yes.
So that they can renew itself so that it can do its better job. And then you move to this to another programming. What have you got for us today?
Today I got 2 inventions.
2 inventions. Before you go to there, I would like to welcome your mother. Hello, Hanan, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Anwar. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you very much. And tell us more about yourself before we go to Hashim.
I do specialize in entrepreneur and AI, and I'm a mother of Hashim.
Yes, it's a great thing. You are teaching a lot of things. Hashim, tell us what have you got in here in the studio?
Today I have 3. One that says this.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Hashim. Today we have a special guest. His name is Dr. Anwar.
Thank you very much.
And in here it says KTV2.
It says Katie.
And the other thing that we
Yes.
have is this. It's like a sunflower,
Yes.
but because we don't have a lot of sunlight or heat, we use this one. This one is a light sensor. I'll show you now.
A light sensor, huh?
Yes.
Tell me.
Look, if I do like this, it goes
Put it
like
in the
this.
front of the camera. Yes, yes, like this.
Now you'll see if I do it like this, it will show if I go close or not close. Look here,
The wheel.
the difference.
The wheel
yes.
is rotating.
Yes. And there is the other one for the heat. It's like this. In here, when it shows here, like it's full.
It's showing
heat.
the LEDs, the
Yes.
lights on those LEDs.
Yes, it will show how hot
If
it
you
is.
put your hand near this sensor, close, it will measure your temperature, is it?
Yes, it will measure how close and far is it.
Very good. That's the same as sunflower, huh?
Yes.
So you are putting this in this machine, the small little machines, yes?
Yes, we use these for a lot of stuff like
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
You use ChatGPT?
Yes.
Come on, tell me, Hashim, tell me, what you use, how do you use ChatGPT, please?
I use ChatGPT because coding it helps us in many ways. First, that I told you about ChatGPT, Google, a lot of things. My mom teach me how to use artificial intelligence. Like if I don't know how to, example, build this, I can go to ChatGPT. Or if I don't know how to make this one to go like a triangle, I can make it go like a triangle by ChatGPT.
What do you have in your iPad, Hashim?
In my iPad,
Yes,
I
show
have.
it, in front of the camera. What is this?
In here, I have something called Matrix.
Matrix.
This
Yes?
code Matrix. We can draw STEAM Studio.
Yes.
STEAM. It stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and I forget
Math.
math. Yes.
Okay.
Like sometimes in math, like one time you came somewhere, you saw how did I use the cardboard, how did I cut it. We used a lot of things. First we used safety tools.
He meant the one that we used to go at the conference at Kuwait University when we met you at first.
Yeah, well, I met you on the
Yes.
Kuwait University conference,
Yes.
and then you showed me that you were participating in the United States.
Yes. He got the second place championship in a Sphere Global Competition
Is it called- what is it
2023.
called?
Sphere Global Competition.
Spiro Global Competition. Yes.
For 2023.
Yes.
And his team got the second place
Out
internationally.
of how many teams?
300 teams.
300 teams
Yes.
participated. And Hashim's team got second place.
Yeah, he's the leader of the team.
He is the leader of the
He's
team.
the leader of the team. And his idea and the winning idea was his.
What was the idea? Tell us about your idea.
the idea we use is something that can protect
Yes.
the coral reef. Because sometimes when a boat goes fast,
I see.
and right when it goes like this, it goes fast, and then in here, like there are corals here, and then it comes and then hit it, and then breaks. So we used a turtle made out of recycling.
A turtle made after recycling.
Yes.
Yes.
we
Wow,
used-
that's very interesting.
And here you will see we used something called little bits. Little bits, we can make like one of them. My brother and sister, they used little bit to code a lot of things.
Little bit? What
Yes.
is this little bit, Yashin?
Little bit, it's like coding in the iPad that I'm doing.
Yes.
It's the exact thing on the programming, but the opposite is this. You have to connect them and you have to know what to use. Like one of them, I'll show you.
Show me, please show me, Mr. Hashim. Show me.
One of them is this one,
How old are you?
9.
Nine.
And I started coding when I was 4 years old.
4 years old, you started coding.
Yes.
Yes.
And here you will see we used a fan and we coded it here.
How?
You
Yeah,
see-
yeah. Put it in the front of the camera. Yes, flip it. Put it in the back. Yes. Yes.
If we press it,
Yes.
we use this for winter. It will see it's moving, because if we feel it's hot, we can use this one. And then if we want it to stop,
Yes.
it's the button again. And then we use a lot of, one of them that we used is the fan.
So this is how. I mean, where is the programming in this?
It's here. You will see in here, and here is the fan.
Yes.
In here is the latch,
Yes.
and in here is the button
Yes.
that can control.
I see.
And in here you will see the battery is connected from the bottom.
I see.
Even this one has a battery,
Yes.
but it's hidden at the back.
I see. So this one will make a little bit of wind flow.
Yes,
I see. In the hot weather, somebody
Yes.
can have this fan working
yes,
using this programming.
yes.
Timing, switching off and on.
Yes, we can put it like in here. When we press it, it goes on. When we press it again, it goes off. Like we use coding.
Can I ask you, Hanan, I mean, the time you spend with this, with your son and programming time-wise,
Yes.
how you did get this information?
He did start coding since he was 4 years old at STEAM Studio with the amazing Hamida Rahimi. I would like to, I'm thankful for her. Actually, this is all because of her. At STEM Studio, she do teach them about STEM education. And as you can see nowadays, it plays a vital role for
And the education.
in the education.
Yes.
Especially
Even in the
like,
Ministry of Education. also.
yes, now they are implementing it in the curriculum, as I know.
Indeed.
Yes, and as you can see, it's not about only programming. It's about learning the logic of the programming.
The concept.
The concept itself. So it's not about learning Java, C++, or Python, or a certain language. It's about learning the logic and then implement it using the STEM education.
Yes.
And doing it in all these kind of projects. So one of the great things that they are having, they did enter this huge competition,
Yes.
and they got the second place internationally. And the most interesting and happily thing that we saw it on Facebook, like the first team from the States, they did post on their Facebook saying like we did even beat Kuwait, and that's encouraged her to be the official representative for their competition. And we did have it. We hosted here in Kuwait on February, and we had it. This competition, we had the three robots, Andy, Rove, and the
What
Sphero.
are these three robots?
Yes.
Can you explain to us, Hashim?
Sphero, first is Indy.
This is Sphero.
Yes.
Yes.
There is Indy, Sphero, and Rove.
Yes.
There are different levels.
Yes.
The easiest one is Indy, the medium is Sphero,
Yes.
and the hardest is Rove. I used in the competition Sphero.
Yes.
Indy is like a car, At the bottom there is a light sensor.
Okay.
If we put it, we use like if we put it on a mat, like a blue mat, white, anything.
Okay. Okay.
If we put it on, it's like a car. If we put it on green, it starts.
It starts.
Yes. If we put it on yellow, it goes slow.
And then red it stops.
Yes.
Then this is one of the robots.
Yes.
And tell me, what is this Sphero?
Sphero,
Can you show it to the camera, please? There's a light. Show the light inside it. Yes. More. Yes. What is this? What is inside? Chips. I see chips, lights, LEDs.
Sphero,
Yes.
they made it a ball because when the baby or a child he first sees, he will not be bored. He will keep playing.
Exactly.
Like soccer or football.
Yes.
Like when you play, you get tired and then you like
Yeah, you
stay
get fed up.
and then play again.
Yes. So they will not get fed up.
Yes, and then inside the ball is artificial intelligence.
Yes.
One of them in here, there is something in here black.
Yeah.
It shows like in the iPad, like if I put it like very far and I use the iPad, I can make the sensor, it will show. Like if I can do like this, I
You can control it.
Yes.
You can control it, go forward, backward,
Yes.
from the iPad,
Yes.
using the artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Programming. Which language you are, Scratch or what do you are using?
We're using Sphero EDU. Sphero EDU is
Yes.
something, it's like this.
I'm learning from you, by the way. What is this? Sphero EDU? What are you talking about? I don't know. This is a new terminology. This is young age people. I don't know. Tell me, this is Sphero EDU. It is programmed in the iPad, is it?
Yes, we use it like Scratch. Sphero, one of the things that can help us, like one of them I told you, like ChatGPT, I don't know how to search,
Yes.
or Google, I can just use Sphero EDU by using the Sphero.
Oh. And then you can control it and monopolize it and then...
Yes.
I see.
Send message.
Send messages.
Yes.
Yes, very interesting.
And drove one of them.
Yes.
The last mission that they had, like they used like a horn that they can, like there are battlefields.
Yes.
The horn has to hold it without falling.
I see.
But if it falls, they have to do it from the beginning. They have to hold all of them.
I think we have to see it, our eyes, to see what's going on. I think next time you bring those games and those robotics and Julio, Hashim.
One of sure. One of the interesting thing about the competition, like they do have theme for each competition. Like for example, last year, it's all about the environment and helping the environment about some certain way.
That's why he invented something for the sea environment.
Yes, and the interesting thing that his idea, we took him to Kisser,
Yes.
and we saw that Dr. Shakir Al-Hajzdin,
Yes.
he is having this invention, and I believe that they are already
Developing it.
Yes, developing
This
it. And
turtle, he's using this turtle
this turtle
for protecting the
yes,
environment,
protecting
the sea environment.
Yes, it was really interesting, like seeing a PhD holder that and my son
Taking
having
the idea
the
from
same
sea.
idea.
Well, these are the
Yes,
ideas.
this
These
is
are the idea
really
generators.
amazing
these
things.
guys, yes.
And this year, it's about coding and encryption.
I think this is very
Yes.
interesting, quite honestly, and I am very happy to have you here in the studio.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully next time we can see this platform you have showed, the robots, I mean,
Sure.
in the future, and explain more to us, and then we will be very happy to have you again in the studio. Thank you very much, Hashim, to be with us in the studio. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So, our dear viewers, you saw those intelligent guys here in the studio, these young age people, this 9 years old, and he started the programming at the age of 4. Please stay tuned after the break. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again. Let us move straight to Yasmin to tell us more about what she has for us for Ramadan. Yasmin.
Thank you, Dr. Anwar. So as we immerse ourselves in the sacred atmosphere of Ramadan, and Ramadan Kareem to you and everyone. So I want us to explore the intersection between AI and Ramadan.
Yes.
First, I wanted to show, like referring to what you discussed earlier regarding the CES 2024.
Yes.
So we're all familiar with the hustle and bustle that comes with preparing the meals during Ramadan, especially for mothers. So the
Yes.
balancing act of managing work, family, and the cooking. So I'm sharing a game-changing solution, the robot especially designed to assist in food preparation. So
I like them. I like mush soup. I like the mush soup.
So iRobo.
I will program the robot to do so, please. Anyway.
So iRobo is a kitchen appliance that has been named the CES 2024 Innovation Award winner in robotics, and it aims to solve the problem of manpower shortage in the kitchen. But I thought it would be very suitable for Ramadan atmosphere and the mothers by providing the efficient and automated solution for the cooking. And also I made some like pictures about Ramadan in Kuwait through the lens of AI.
Yes.
So I want to ask AI tools about some of the pictures.
And they generated for you those pictures?
Yes, exactly. So the first
You
one,
used Canva or what did you use?
no, I used the
Other one.
image creator.
Image creator, okay.
So the first one,
This is the sitting room or what is this? Very nice.
no, this is this is just the lens of AI.
Yeah,
So
the
now
lens of
we will
AI, yes.
Now we will zoom into Kuwait and Ramadan through the lens of AI. So this first one is about like traditional setting of Kuwaiti homes with a lot of food, as AI expects at least.
Yes.
The second one is that I asked to have like Kuwait landscape with the festive mode of Ramadan. So this is what it has generated with a lot of lights and festive atmosphere.
Nice. Yeah, it is.
And the third one,
This in the market.
yes, this is Souq Mbarkiya.
Yeah.
So I asked about like the festive atmosphere in Souq Mbarkiya, and that's what it generated. A lot of people.
You
and
gave it the idea to
all-
do so. You gave it
yeah.
the idea.
I just wrote Souq Mbarkiya in Kuwait with festive mood and people
And
from.
Ramadan. And then it generates
It
design.
generated this
Picture.
Yes.
Couldn't you see my face there?
No, you are here. Look.
Anyway.
And this one, it's also in Souq Mbarkiya, but it was like a close-up to the
After,
shops
yeah,
and
this
the
is after,
people.
yes.
And we all love Souq Mbarkiya in all cases, especially in Ramadan.
Yes.
So this is what I wanted to show, just like because we're in Ramadan atmosphere.
Yeah, I think this is really very interesting. I think using the AI to generate those pictures, really, it has some such touches for localization. And of course, it is not that 100%, but still it is there. And
Actually, once I asked, I was thinking about like visualizing some. It was the first time I used this tool, and the first time I wanted to visualize like something I always wanted to have in my home, which is my room, like a desk by the panoramic window, a lot of books, and somewhere to draw and somewhere to write. So it generated exactly what I had in mind. It was very scary, actually.
Is it?
It was
it
scary.
read your mind?
Yes.
Come on.
It was very scary because it exactly reflects what I had.
Your thoughts in your mind, and then it is
Exactly, it was visualized.
a reflection there
through
was in
AI.
the pictures.
Yes. It was super close to what I had in mind.
You didn't tell the software what you have in mind, or it read it by itself.
I just mentioned like I want this panoramic view.
Yeah,
with
you told it already.
Yes,
So
but it was visualized exactly the same way I had it in mind. So, and it shows the power of AI and how we can leverage it to many activities or many objectives that we have or in our
Indeed,
daily
yes.
lives.
I think this is very important, quite honestly, to have this. I think now there is a big boom, from my experience, in the last 2 months, in AI-generated videos and images and pictures,
Even modeling, like I could see
modeling,
there are
and
models generated by
avatars.
AI.
You just name it. There are so much softwares. We used to buy them. I bought myself, quite honestly, last year. Now you just there with your camera, You can create your own with mobile camera, I mean. Of course, if you wanted it professionally, you need some sort of special camera, high definition. But at the end of the day, with the camera, you can create your avatar or somebody's avatar in 5 to 10 minutes, or well, say half an hour. And then you can do this, and then you can create somebody's character. I think this is an amazing thing, don't you think, Tariq?
I think definitely for the modeling or marketing industry, there's definitely some cost savings to be had because you don't need a physical human being there. I've seen adverts in Kuwait now where they're using AI generated images in both the finance sector and the arts sector. I just hope they don't use it for food because I want to see the real thing in the marketing, not an AI generated enhanced version. But yeah, it's really interesting. Definitely some cost efficiencies there.
Don't you think this will affect those offices which are really specialized in graphics, production, and this? I mean, the whole thing now shifted to sitting in the front of the laptop, and then you generate what you think, your ideas, your logos, if you wanted them, whatever you want, and then that took people, I don't know, a few hundreds of KDs perhaps, and time and effort, and to find the right place. Now this AI generating so much nice, interesting pictures, logos, and then you can select out of them, and in just a matter of 5 minutes, I think there is a big threat to this local market, don't you think, Yasmin?
We can think about it also. These professionals will have more time to produce faster products to their customers. But of course, there will be an impact on some jobs, as we discussed like last time with Tariq, when he highlighted about some skills that will be displaced. But absolutely, there will be a lot of jobs also that will be coming out of these technology advancements that will allow new skills to be emerging.
I told you last episode about my idea of writing novels, and you thought about you didn't think about writing a novels. But I think I have another idea. I have one more skill to discover. That is drawing. I will use AI to draw for me, and I think whenever I can draw you, Yasmin, one day or Tariq, and you see how professional I am. Well, I'm just joking. Anyway, let us move to another part of the show after the break. Please stay tuned. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Digital Talk Show. And we go straight to Tariq to tell us more about quantum theory. Let us see, or quantum computing. Let us go to Tariq and tell us, Tariq, what have you got for us?
So I'd like to just talk a bit about quantum computing, which is the next leap from supercomputers, which you and the guests might have heard of. And basically the differences between that big leap is that quantum computing is obviously based on quantum physics, hence the name quantum. But it actually deals with atoms and molecules on a really minute level. So you can understand the kind of indications for pharmaceutical industry and finding new drugs for new diseases, and also encryption as well. So cybersecurity. You can imagine the analytical kind of ability that these computers can do on a minute level.
So it is going to speak. You are going to speak about security analysis or the processing power of these computers.
So I'll start with the processing power, if you don't mind.
Please.
And I think the easiest way to really understand it is that the traditional computers use bits, right? You might have heard of the word bits.
Yes.
And these quantum computing use qubits. Q for quantum. And if we take a good example, like heads and tails, that game with the coin, you flip the coin. Well, say you're playing that with a computer, a quantum computer, let's say. Okay. Now the computer can choose just heads or tails, like the human. But with a quantum computer, let's say the heads is 0 and the tails is 1.
Okay.
The quantum computer can analyze it on a more minute level, so it can be different variations of 0 or heads,
and different variations of
tails. Yeah, of 1 or tails, exactly.
Yeah.
I think you know quantum computing.
Well, a little bit. Yes, I'm touching it.
So looking at the kind of computing power, just with that example, it can tackle traditional problems at a much higher level, right? It can analyze things quicker. therefore use less energy and obviously solve, problems that perhaps traditional computers might take centuries even to solve.
Exactly.
So, all in all, quantum computer will definitely speed up the rate of digital transformation, through, again, analyzing data sets at a new level. And even on the cybersecurity front, let's take blockchain, as we discussed in the last show, it can encrypt on a more minute level. So a traditional computer to solve an encryption from a quantum computer could take absolutely centuries, whereas vice versa, a quantum computer might solve that in a matter of seconds. So it's really interesting.
I think the processing power, I read an article on this, using the quantum computing is too high, even because you know why? This IC chip, the silicon, the integrated circuits got to the limit of it, because now no more they can make it the nanoscale, because that's it, they reached the limit. I mean, they cannot do anything to do it. So I think they went to this, well, this is a fact now, it is the quantum computing. They wanted to have a new technologies with the same size of chips, but do more power, do more processing, do more services, so that it can give and deliver what it was not possible then. I think this is going to be really important for the virtual reality, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and extended reality, augmented reality, and all of these technologies do require this technology so that they can deliver what is required, even for the gaming. This is used for gaming, by the way, somehow. Because you see, the gaming requires high definitions, pictures, and characters, so that they can create. Now, by the way, I just remember, I mean, now with this, before we go to quantum theory, now you can generate even video films, short ones, story, even for kids or whatever, using this AI software now. You see, Yasmin is smiling. Did you generate something? I think you are going to make a film this way.
No, I didn't try, but you never know.
You never know. I think you are hiding something for us in the future. I have an idea, really, of developing and creating these small films using our characters, and our thoughts, our culture, our heritage, to produce these new storytellers and the new characters for these children videos, so that they can meet and require the requirements of our society while using the AI. There is no harm in this. They can create the characters, by the way. You just showed us creating the Souk Mubarakiyya, the market of Mubarakiyya, and then a lot of things were created by using the AI. I think this is going to be really very impressive, using this technology. Still, at this point of time, we are really facing or going to have the tools that tell us, because now even, for example, Midjourney, one of the software which is for graphics, now they are adding to it, as well as AI, you see. And I think now all those tools are really becoming smarter and smarter, because the AI itself is improving, you see, because the power, when they released the OpenAI version 3.5 and 4, now Gemini, these are the versions, because it means there are even the big players, Google, Microsoft, by the way, I think they launched their thing, the AI also. So it is going to be really very high competition from the big players in the market. And I think this is, at the end of the day, for the benefit of the customer and the user, to see these big players there, and they are providing this in their services. What do you think?
I believe like the bigger players or the big tech companies are racing when it comes to the AI.
Exactly.
And also like quantum computing, I believe is going to be revolutionizing the next phase, if we manage to at least make a breakthrough, which I believe many companies also are working on. So that will be very important, at least in the coming period as well.
I think this is a hot issue also on the universities in Kuwait and then outside. I think their departments, the computing departments and mathematical departments, they are doing some also modeling on this, and they are trying to reach somewhere. Because even now, there was a piece of news, perhaps we'll tell it later on, about you can create these new vitamins and new medicines using these AI technologies. Now, how to cure people, even there is also a news that it is saying that it is helping the doctors to do a lot of surgeries in the hospitals using these robotics based on the artificial intelligence, the programming itself, which is fed to them, pre-programmed, and then it can help the doctors, the nurses, how to treat the patients. And I think this is going to be very impressive, because the patient seeing a robot beside him or her, it is a little bit different. It's frightening. Well, I think this is, for some people, especially if they can, song with them and treat them, I think they will have, they might be cured in a faster way. Don't you think, Yasmin?
I believe once, in previous episodes, Tariq mentioned about how industries are being transformed using AI, including healthcare, definitely, where it's going to be helping doctors, patients, in many, aspects.
Especially with this learning abilities, deep learnings and learning, I think, tools in this, it will also help the doctors and nurses and also hospital managements in general to know the attitude of the patients, and then they can build on them. I think the cumulative knowledge of this patients and the hospital, I think it will go to some stage where the services are more advanced and the cure will be there for those patients. Anyway, thank you very much, Yasmin, and thank you very much, Tariq. And I think this is a very good opportunity. I would like to thank everybody here in the studio and in the control room. I have a humble request. Our dear viewers, please draw this nice smile on your faces. And if you are asked, why are you smiling? I tell them, I just finished watching my favorite TV show. That is the Digital Talk Show on KTV2. Bye-bye.